Ryan Astles, first of all, welcome to Park Hall. Let's go back in time though. You were 6 years of age and you signed for Tranmere Rovers Centre of Excellence.
Yeah, so that's where it all started really, at a young age, and ever since that's where I've been at. I'll say the level I've been at, where it's just been at clubs, and that's what I love doing, and I'm happy to be here today.
Well, it is a number of years ago. Can you remember how the Tranmere connection came around? Did they approach you? Trials were coming up? Maybe the school was involved? Or is it so far back you can't remember the details?
Yeah, it was a while back, but I think it was just like open trials. So I can't remember if it was my school or me like Sunday league team at the time who said, "Oh, you should just go and have a go and see what happens." So I think that was the way it come about, and yeah. So, but apart from that, I can't really remember much of it.
And did you think, even at that age, that you would be a professional footballer one day?
Obviously, at the young age, you don't really. I just love playing football and love kicking the ball, going with mates and all that. So you don't really think about that age, but when you get older and older, that's obviously when I started going into school, and that's when I knew that's what I wanted to do, and yeah, I'm just grateful that it actually paid off.
And then from Tranmere, you moved to Chester,
yeah.
And of course Wigan Athletic as well.
Yeah, so at the time, I think I was about 10, I think I left Tranmere, went to Chester, and then unfortunately they folded, so I ended up going back to Tranmere on trial again, and ended up playing against Wigan in a youth team game, and at the end of that, the manager, Dave Watson at the time, came up and said, like, we want to have a look at you, will you come down and have a trial with us, and we'll see if we can sort something else. And then I think it was about 2 weeks later I ended up signing for Wigan on a 2-year deal.
So it was a successful trial and you ended up playing for the youth team?
Yeah, so I was 2 years at Wigan, youth team, football, the odd reserve game, so yeah, it was a good time then.
And then it was across the border into Wales, Buckley Town.
Yeah, that was it, yeah. So obviously got released by Wigan and ended up, I think it was my dad's mate who was a coach at Buckley, and said, come down just pre-season, keep fit and all that, and then in the end I enjoyed it there, so I ended up signing. So yeah, that was a successful, I think it was a season there, and then obviously moved on to Rill. Played at this level before, played against TNS quite a few times, so yeah, that's my story in Wales really.
Well, I can remember when you played for Rill, and then of course it was back across the border again.
Yeah.
Chester, Northwich, Victoria and Southport.
Yeah, so I signed for Northwich for, I think I played there about 6 months, and we had a successful time in the FA Cup, got to the second round in that, and then off that I got moved to Chester, and I was there for 2.5 years. Ended up captaining them for my second season, so that was successful. And then it was a tough decision to leave there to go to Southport, but I felt at the time it was the right choice. So, and and I'd done a good 2 years there as well, and now I had another tough decision, but I ended up making it, me move back to Wales.
And when you first heard that the New Saints were interested in you, I guess through your agent, did that come as a surprise, or did you pick up little rumours along the way previously?
Yeah, it was a bit of a surprise, because obviously I was back in England, and you don't realise that like teams from different places like obviously watch you and that, so it was a surprise. But obviously when I got told, it was definitely a place I think about coming to, and as I said, it was a tough decision to leave Southport, but hopefully I've made the right decision.
You're a 6'4" centre half. I guess in many ways that already to some degree answers the question, but what can the fans expect from you?
Yeah, obviously I'm good in the air, but I'm also good at the ball at my feet. I'm confident with it. I play, so I feel like I suit the team the way TNS want to play, and how the managers want us to get the ball out and play. So yeah, obviously, as I said, I'm 6'4", so I am good in the air. I'm not going to lie about that, but yeah, as I said, I can play as well, and I can, if it needs to go, it needs to go, sort of thing. So no nonsense, but also I'm confident in playing as well.
So when we get the corners or the set pieces, we can expect to see you crossing the halfway line, positioning yourself, looking to get on the end of those balls into the box.
Yeah, definitely, and hopefully I'll get on the end of a few and help the team obviously pick up some goals as well.
And although you are a defender, of course, you've scored a few goals over the years. Any one in particular that stands out for you personally?
Yeah, I'd say Tranmere, when I played for Chester, Tranmere away last minute, volley from the edge of the box. Yeah, that throws up. Yeah, that is my best moments, best goal of my career, I'd say. Yeah.
And away from football, do you like music at all?
No, not a massive. It's just if there's music on, there's music on. But yeah, I wouldn't say I'm like a massive fan.
Well, one of the things that happens at TNS, and an initiation ceremony, if you like, is players have to sing before their peers. So at some point, expect Steve Evans to come along. It could be a broom handle, it could be just standing there wherever you are, but he'll put you on the spot. You'll have to sing a song. Well, I'm putting you on the spot now. What are we likely to hear from you?
I've done this in the past at different clubs, and it's possibly the worst thing you could ever do, because I hate it, to be honest. So I don't know. I'll just have to. At the time, it would be just one of them. I'll just pick something and do it. So I couldn't actually tell you now what I'll do.
So you're going to keep us guessing on that one?
Well, I'll keep myself guessing as well, to be fair.
But you do like golf, and that is something that footballers tend to get into as well. We have some very keen golfers at the club. The likes of Paul Harrison, Greg Draper and others take it very seriously. Obviously, you want to challenge to get into the team, but are you going to be challenging those players to be the number one golfer at TNS?
I probably wouldn't go that far. I like golf, but I wouldn't say I was the best, if you know what I mean. Obviously, the first and foremost, I've got to get myself in the football scene first. I've got to make me to spot myself. So that obviously comes first, and then obviously if the lads want to go for a game of golf, I'll go for a game of golf with them.
And finally, back to the football. As you say, you want to get into the team. That's the aim of every player, of course. You've already been down, you've trained with the lads. What do you think of the general setup, maybe, compared to some of the other clubs that you've been to before?
Yeah, it's a great setup. All the lads are great as well, which helps, and you can tell they're like really tight, and that's why it's so successful. So yeah, it's obviously full time as well, so it's going to help me a lot being full time, and yeah, I just can't wait to get going, really.
Well, Ryan, thank you for your time today.
Nice.
Again, welcome to Park Hall, and I look forward to our first interview after a game when you crossed that halfway line, went up for the corner, smashed the ball into the back of the net, and that's what we'll be talking about then. But until now, all the very best.
Thank you. Cheers.